Audio, can you hear me? Hello, hello, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Well, hello, everybody. It's James, content creator here at Natural State Transparency. I'm coming to you live from NST headquarters in downtown Little Rock on my new computer and my new camera. I told you we were going to upgrade our stuff. You know, Black Friday happened, and so I caught some good sales. So currently, we have also a new toy here. The unit in SDS 100. This is my Christmas gift to myself. It was not on sale at all. There are no deals for this. If you try to buy one of these, you're going to pay full price. Just part of it. So this is my gift to myself. ASP just had a pursuit just now. When I went live, they were clearing the channel. It terminated at 24th and Railroad. I haven't checked to see where that's at. I believe that's on the north side somewhere, probably North Little Rock. Not 100% sure. If somebody wants to Google 24th and Railroad, that's where they're at right now with the pursuit. And so tonight's live stream is just really kind of to test the new camera, test the audio, make sure you're hearing me okay. And I'm also going to live stream the happenings around Central Arkansas while I sit here at the desk. I've got other channels we're monitoring besides Troop A. So give me just a minute and I'll get to some of your comments here in just a second. Let me get this pulled back up. Now I need y'all to help me out because I've never done it like this before. This is all new to me. If the scanner app is too loud as far as the audio or something, help me tweak that. I'll make sure we get that turned down or whatever. I don't want it to be too loud. All right. Let's check out some of your comments real quick. What about Troop F? What about it? I'm going to feature some videos from Troop F real soon. I've actually got some coming.
Rescue channel assignment, rescue on accident with possible injury at 14,301 over Creek Path, 14301 over Creek Path, cross street of Weatherstone Point. This is an iPhone crash notification. Engine 9, rescue channel assignment, rescue on accident with possible injury, 14,301 over Creek Path. 14301 over Creek Pass.
Kathy from Kenya, hello. Hey, David. David Gallagher, hello. And Ramon.
Accident. It's going to be at the 60-mile marker eastbound. It's going to be in the median. No injury. No road blockage.
Okay, let me pause this for a second. Because let me tell you what we're monitoring here.
Rescue channel assignment, rescue on respiratory distress at 809 Brown Street.
Okay, I'm going to pause it for just a minute. I don't want to get too complicated. This would take me forever to explain it to you. However, because I host now 3 channels on Broadcastify, not just one, not just 2, but yeah, I do 3 now on Broadcastify. I have a host account that grants me access to some things I wasn't even aware that I had access to. And as I've been sitting here playing with it, I realized that I can actually monitor a lot more radio frequencies via the internet than I ever thought was possible in one system. Okay. Again, I don't want to get too overly complicated with the explanation because it would take a long time to explain it. But the bottom line is, for me and for other news gatherers out there, that's very helpful if you're sitting here trying to gather news or report on news. And so actually that's what we're listening to. So we've got Arkansas State Police Troop D, that's Forest City, Troop K in Hot Springs. We're monitoring Troop A in Little Rock and Troop B in Newport. So those 4, and Troop J in Clarksville, those 5 troops we're actively monitoring right now, as well as Hot Springs PD. We're monitoring all of Saline County and Cabot Police, Lonoke County, Faulkner County Sheriff's Office, and then the outlying communities of Guy, Mayflower, and what was the other one? It's at least Guy and Mayflower in Faulkner County. And a few others, because there's some other ones that pop up, like the East 7 or West 70 Volunteer Fire Department comes up, and I know that's probably going towards Garland County. So we're monitoring a lot of different channels actually. So I'm going to get back to it, and I'll start reporting on it as it comes in and kind of make sense of it for you, because I used to be a dispatcher, so I got this dispatcher ear. I'm used to this radio traffic.
Disregard at 5203 North Shore.
You run one by number and check it.
Copy.
Go ahead, and you want?
940-152-440.
Go ahead.
Liz is arriving, he requested to cancel.
Hello, Robert Marshall from Canada. Angie's Creative Studio, welcome. I'm glad everybody's here. If I haven't acknowledged you yet, and Little Rock Elevators and more.
Wait for you to get there. He also advised that the 3 people that were involved in the accident, single vehicles, are in a verbal dispute at this time. I'm just going to go ahead and get the next record and rotation going. The vehicle is going to be locked up in the cables. I'll also identify RDOT.
Okay, I heard that call go out. So they're talking about state police is responding to the 60-mile marker on Interstate 30 that's going to be kind of south of Arkadelphia. And there's a altercation going on as well. They say the vehicle's wrapped up in the cables down there.
Caller, which is the wife of the male party. His name is Craig Richards. She advised that he has a knife on him.
Lonoke County's putting out a disturbance. Let me see where that was at.
2359.
40.
There's a lot of radio traffic, so some of this stuff gets
Caller,
buried.
the wife of the male party. His name is Craig Richards.
So they got some deputies responding in Lonoke County to a disturbance. Husband, wife's got a knife.
2359. 2359.
Hey, Humboldt Explorer, thank you so much for that. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you like this format of just me sitting here and kind of cherry picking these calls, and like I got the dispatcher ear, I can kind of tell you what's going on, especially you Arkansans that want to know what's going on. We might do this again. I like to get out there in the field and go film the stuff. some of you locals, especially if you're in Pulaski County or Central Arkansas, some of y'all see me post sometimes in these news groups. Last week, there was a huge fire that was at Western Hills and Colonel Glenn at the old Davis Trailer Supply Building. It had been there since the 1930s or so. And last week, I was sitting here at the NST headquarters making movies. And I stepped out on the porch and saw this just huge orange fireball in the sky. And I went, okay, well, that's not right. So I just grabbed some equipment, jumped in the car and went. We went live there for like, 15 minutes or so.
15 and 19 to Big Baptist.
Okay, so whoever got in pursuit is on the way to Baptist Hospital with the suspect. They did a TVI. So now they're transporting him to the hospital. We'll probably feature it. Matthew Mato. Hey, brother NST, how are you? Doing good? Glad to see everybody here. Cindy RN, it's always a pleasure. Hello, Nathan Hill, I see you. Laura Conley from Western Arkansas, of course, our friends to the west. That's most definitely a place that's on my list to come visit soon. I'd actually need to go to Northwest Arkansas next week or two. I'll be up there coming up soon. And you might say, well, why is that? Well, when I bought my vehicle last year, there's only one Mitsubishi dealer in Arkansas. They're located in Springdale, or I can go to Memphis to theirs, but nah, I'm going to take my car. I have to take it in. It's time to get it serviced. So I'm going to take it to Springdale instead of Memphis.
Okay, Woody.
Not that I got anything against Memphis, because I go to Memphis a lot. But I'll take my car to Springdale, thank you. Just saying. Jed's Evil Twin says, do you have to FYA all these videos you post? Yes, unless I film
No
them.
answer. I put them on a no answer. Next up, rotation theme, they accepted the call.
1700.
Gregory Brown says, James, were you dispatcher for police, fire, and EMS, and where? Thanks. City of Little Rock, 2001 through 2002. That was my very first law enforcement related job. And for the City of Little Rock, I was started on the police, or actually started on the 911 side, answering calls, and then did police and fire. Never worked for EMS. EMS in Little Rock at the call center, which is close by to the City of Little Rock's call center, but separate entity. Band on the Run says, because Northwest Arkansas is the most beautiful part of the state, of course. That's why you go there. Yeah. And no offense to Memphis, but I'd say it's nicer. I like the mountains in Northwest Arkansas over the hills in Memphis. Don't get me wrong. I like Memphis, though. Memphis has got its own vibe. Let's see. David Thomas, do you have anything coming up from Troop H? I do. I don't have it now, and it might come in after Christmas. So let's talk about that and why that would be. You know, we're getting close to the holiday season right now. We've just got out of Thanksgiving, and I'm not the only person that thinks to get content, you know. And you think, well, who all gets content? It's more than just content people. It's attorneys and people trying to wrap up end of year investigations. I mean, you got to think about, like, there's a lot of people that request information from the state police. It's not just me. There's a whole bunch of other people that do that. So the end of the year is always sluggish. So yeah, I got some Troop H coming, but it's going to be probably January before I can start putting out Troop H.
Channel assignment, rescue on respiratory distress at 7601 North.
or west, taking Woodrow, Kansas.
Okay, let's monitor this one.
Way
Hang on.
617 R.
Some of these I'm going to opt to go here over the internet because I want to hear
Road.
if it gets into a pursuit anyway. We're going to go to this.
At Village Green Apartments, it's gonna be apartment 7K as in King, engine 11, rescue channel assignment, rescue on respiratory district.
Let me turn that down for a minute. James of Flatbush. Hello, everyone. Hello to you. And so when I did work for the city of Little Rock, I sat at a very similar desk to this. I had computer monitors and screens all around me, and it told me all kinds of information. Of course, you have to keep in mind, this was back in the early 2000s. So, technology hadn't advanced as much as it has now. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you from those days, cell phones, we didn't even have smartphones, that was one thing that came about later. And because, and I'll tell you why I say that, I used to have to give weather bulletins, weather broadcasts over the radio to the officers and to the first responders, because in the early 2000s, they didn't have the capabilities of looking at weather radar and getting updates via their cell phone. Of course, we were using traditional media sources like cable and on-the-air television at the time. There was a point to that. What was the point of that? Oh, GPS. That's what. Sorry, it's been late. I've been working all day, so I'm. This is kind of more of an informal live stream than anything. Okay, bear with me here. They have GPS in the early 2000s. I was there when Little Rock test piloted their first 10 squad cars with GPS. Those were the 2003 Ford Crown Vics. That's when I remember the city of Little Rock putting them in the Little Rock police squad cars, and they didn't do them in all of them. They just did them like about 4 or 5 of them per area of town. I'll tell you a little funny story about that if you want to hear it. Why not, right? We're live. I'm not going to bust out the individual officers. I'm sure they've long retired. But I was working main channel, which is the primary dispatch channel. Oh, thank you, Pamela. I have to stop because Pamela has blessed the live stream and the channel with her generous donation. Thank you so much, Pamela, as always. It's very appreciated. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, though, about I was working main channel one night. Keep in mind, the main channel operator is the one that's telling the police what to do. It's kind of a cool position to be in, actually. And, you don't really want to make a dispatcher mad. It can bite you in the butt. The officers could tell you stories about it, I'm sure. I could even give you a couple of examples of it and how it could bite you in the butt. So you always kind of wanted to stay good with the good dispatchers. Anyway, enough of that. But I was working one night and we had a call, and it was on a Sunday or Monday night, because I can remember it was a very sluggish, slow night. The officers weren't working. They were sitting. They weren't pulling things over. They weren't self-initiating calls, if you will, like, stopping people walking or loitering and stuff. They, some nights they don't do much. I mean, other nights they're so busy they can't stop. But then there's some nights that they don't do much. And it was one of those kind of nights where there wasn't a lot going on. And anyway, we did have a call in this officer's district. So we started trying to raise him on the radio. He wouldn't answer. Then you had a a couple of his officers saying they were trying to call his cell phone. He wasn't answering his cell phone. And then, that becomes a situation because, again, if you're, you got to think of it this way, like, what's happening here? Did the officer have a medical emergency and is he incapacitated? Did he get ambushed while he was sitting in a parking lot? Is he asleep? Is he okay or her okay? It's a lot of things that go through your head. And if you're the dispatcher for the largest police department in Arkansas, outside of, or I'd say at least the municipal police department, that might not be as big as state police, but Little Rock's a close second. You don't want to lose track of any of your officers. It's not a good thing. So after we pulled up the primitive GPS and determined where that officer was, well, they were behind the building. I remember to this day, Corporate Hill. So in Little Rock, Corporate Hill is in West Little Rock. It's a series of office buildings. That's why it's called Corporate Hill. But anyway, officer was on Corporate Hill, and supervisor rolls up on the officer, and he was asleep. He had fallen asleep in his car and didn't wake up for the phone or the radio. So I remember that one. I remember that night. They sent him home. They told him to go home. So he went home. Anyway. All right, enough of the storytelling. Let's go back to what's happening around here.
Adam Forster Rock. Italy. 16 up through 742.
We'll do a live stream. We're going to do a traditional I Go Mobile kind of live stream on another night. Tonight, I just did those pursuits and I'm tired. I'll be the first to tell you, I'm probably not going to be up that much longer. So I'm not going to be doing anything crazy tonight unless, of course, there's a hot call that comes through that I'm compelled to go to. The picture probably does keep. I see that it's getting darker and lighter. I've got to adjust this camera. I don't know much about this camera, so. And that's why we're live tonight. We're just trying out the setup. Gregory Brown says, how did you come up with the intro music, which rocks, and how can I contribute? I don't see a link. Well, there is no link because it's not on Spotify or Apple or any of that. Jasper is my buddy. He passed away in 2023. He sang it and several other songs. And he posted it on SoundCloud, which is a free download, but it's not, I don't know that that's interfaceable with what everybody always wants to buy it on iTunes or whatever, because, anyway, you can listen to it, but you would have to probably go to the website to listen. But anyway, yeah, there is no way to contribute for that because Jasper gave us that, and I'm going to see if there's a setting here for. I'm sorry that this thing keeps getting lighter and darker. I'm sure it's as simple as me pushing one button to get it to stop doing that, but we'll get to that soon. But yeah, Wayne Coulter says it's downloadable in MP3 format. Sure it is. I mean, yeah, it's not impossible to have the song. You absolutely can. I wish that would stop though. I can clearly see it again. Hold on a minute. Let me just see something. Give me just a minute. See, this is why I don't want to interrupt the broadcast to do this, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm going to take that off. And let me, if there's anything that could possibly be an issue here. I think I need to do that right there. One more second, guys. Sorry about that. Let me try that. I'm going to put it on manual.
Okay, so.
Yeah, but
Dark, light. Hello. Dark again. Okay. Well, I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. All right. So when I first went live, they were talking every 5 seconds, and now they are not. Hold on. Let me see one more thing here. Hold on. Let's see if there is a way to. That might be what it is. So it's a little out of focus, but it's not doing that anymore, right? We're learning together, guys. Appreciate that. Anybody ever asks if you're a professional live streamer or podcaster, the first thing I would tell them is, no, I am not. I'm an amateur. I learn as I go. I think that's part of why it works so well, is because I'm just literally learning as I go. Let's get this back going.
yeah, but
I turn that down. Let's turn that back up. Hello. Yes, I do. Hey, if you will pull up the YouTubes real quick, you'll see me on a live stream. Well, I've got an audience, a worldwide audience that's watching me on this phone call. So, all right, bye.
It's pretty nice.
yeah, but
So right now they've all gotten quiet, but keep in mind it's actively monitoring. So a couple of other police departments that are being monitored right now is Jacksonville Police Department, Cabot PD, Hot Springs PD. Who else did I mention? Hot Spring County Sheriff. So We'll know if something's happening here. Earlier, I was listening, and they had a real bad accident occur, and so our friends in Northwest Arkansas, I'm sure you probably are aware by now, especially you folks in Bentonville that had kids here at the. We had a championship ball game tonight in Little Rock, and it was Bryant versus Bentonville. And there was a major accident on Interstate 630 just before Fair Park exit tonight. It was about 5:30 this afternoon, involving the 3 school buses from Bentonville, a white Jeep, and another SUV. The white Jeep overturned, and it required extrication. The fire department had to go get them out of that. None of the kids were injured in that. And then I saw in the news reports that were coming in from people that were passing by the scene, they were posting in the news group that I'm a member of that none of the what was it, well, we knew that none of the children were hurt. It was that they were the band members of the football team. So the band members of the school were going to the stadium, and those were the buses that were affected. 2 of the buses had to be towed away of the 3. So they had to actually have 2 huge records come and take away 2 of those school buses. It was quite a mess. But anyway, that was what we overheard earlier. And I was quick to get that posted in those news groups. And if you're wondering about these news groups, just because, especially you Arkansans that want to know more about what I'm talking about, if you're Central Arkansas and you kind of want to keep up with what's happening, I would tell you, I'm going to post that. Hey, actually, let me pin that comment right there. Thank you, Little Rock Elevators and More. Your comment has been pinned at the top there. Go to, and I want to make sure that I'm telling you exactly the name of it, because it's easy for me to get it confused. Let me look it up real quick. If you go on Facebook and search for a Facebook group, and it's called Pulaski, Saline, Lonoke, and Faulkner County 911 Report. Again, that's Pulaski, Saline, Lonoke, and Faulkner County 911 Report. It's hosted by a gentleman named Mark Adcock. And he's diligent about posting updates and breaking events as they occur. And it takes a village. So there's several folks that contribute to that cause. I'm one of many that post as I hear things go out. And so today I heard the school bus accident happen. He did too. We posted about the same thing, but he still shared my post. So for you folks in Central Arkansas, if you want to know what's going on, go to that Facebook page and become a member. And it's good. You'll learn what's happening real quick. My friends in Northeast Arkansas, there's one called NEA Reports. I would check them out as well. NEA Reports for Northeast Arkansas. Let's get this going again. Okay, so Jacksonville's got, I'm going to put it on there.
Really for a while, good.
That's where the only thing I'll need is,
Okay, so we're live now. And I'll just tell you, I'll kind of decipher what's happening here.
okay, where's the circle supposed to be at?
136.
So I'm seeing Montgomery County on here too. So, I mean, this is more than just Central Arkansas.
From the RP, he said that someone had just came by and pulled them out of the ditch and that they headed towards Frontwood. They're gone now.
Those are up down there, baseline is kind over.
Channel 27, Branches 3, Engine 6, Engine 1, Rescue 6.
Okay, listen to this, North Little Rock.
Chelsea assignment for a commercial fire alarm, 2001 Division Street, 2301 Division Street, at Hickory View, apartment 907.
So the North Little Rock Fire is going to 2301 Division for a commercial fire alarm.
That's why I didn't have one. One on every one scene in Dodge Store.
Jennifer.
On that alarm, do you want me to close it with a report or no report? Copy. 135. Can you also be addressed in Dodge Store? And not even a report. 189, 135 is meeting with 29. I'll have that one. Copy. Thank you.
Hot Springs PD is always busy. They're busy tonight.
Good.
There's a lot of stuff happening in Hot Springs.
Can you put the address for while you're calling this, please? Last name, Hutch, Henry.
You know, it's kind of fun to go down to Hot Springs and just drive around. There's always something happening.
Nora Charles Edward, date of birth 1982, 04-15, White Mountain.
Gary says I put in for my bumper sticker like 5 months ago and never got it. Okay.
Your address
Post
here,
office messes up sometimes, but sometimes I get them back.
here at the Waffle House, and the determinant exchange to
And if they put in if folks put in the wrong address, the wrong zip code. Okay. So Gary, this is for you.
You close for killing broken too. 25 Don't do it, 26 after.
42 Back Spring.
Gary, if you will do that with just name, address, and where you want me to send that bumper sticker, I got you. I'll take care of it.
To hear the caller request PD and say it's leaking gas.
Cool.
24 Street 20.
Okay, where did I hear leaking gas? Hang on just a minute. What do we got? Wait. I think it was in Hot
Copy
Springs.
190.
10-4. 189 direction locus. 190. 4 for 7197.
Jennifer. Vacancy in 10A. Temple.
American 37.
Temple.
I think it was an accident. They had a vehicle leaking fuel.
Okay.
It was in Garland County. I didn't hear where though.
Part separated for the night.
I forgot we're picking up Prairie County as well, like the Hazen area.
36. Actually, I think do we got a better location?
That's what Little Rock Police gave us.
Yes, David, Montgomery County is where Mount Ida's at, but their sheriff's department is on here.
Or could not give an address, that's where they were pinging at.
29 after.
But I didn't hear where they were going. Let me see if I can find the manual focus button. Hang on. Sorry, guys and gals. I'll be right with you.
From 10251.
Is there even such a thing as manual focus on here?
You'll have it first.
Yeah. I know how to zoom it in. See, I haven't had time really to mess with
Massive
this that
Atwood,
much.
Adam Tom, William, Ocean, State, First Chief of Douglas, 1974-0630, read that.
It is the same thing.
I know that zoom in. So there we go.
That'll be gonna be a commercial stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna need to
Big James.
get some extrication equipment. Can you start truck 11 over here?
All right. Where
Where
are we hearing that at? Hang on just a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna need to get some extrication equipment. Can you start truck 11 over here?
Alright, in pursuit. Alright, in pursuit of the silver Cadillac, near 630 East,
Okay, Little Rock's in pursuit of a silver Cadillac. Hold on just a minute. And also they got extrication in Little Rock as well. Hold on one second.
Alright, in pursuit of the silver Cadillac, near 630 East,
3 units for Little Rock involved in a pursuit.
31, 1042.
6:30 in downtown. Hell, I can probably just go out on the porch and we can go see it.
Taking Curtis Sykes.
Taking Curtis Sykes, I could if I can't. This camera can't go outside. I'd have to take my whole computer. I can't take you with me tonight. Let's listen to this, guys. Okay, they're in pursuit right now. State police is primary. They're on the service road, North Little Rock. They're at the big church. Let me listen.
Agent 6 on scene station.
710 on all traffic.
Let me switch this over. I don't want to keep picking up other stuff.
No, this is 67 northbound. Speeds are about 130. Yeah, I'm getting on 48 right now. Okay. You got it. Sitting on the right. Where the northbound at?
Okay, it's coming up northbound 67 or the new Interstate 57 in Sherwood. It's already gone up.
They just got on to 67 northbound.
They're 60. Well, they're probably McCain.
Truck 11.
I need to pick up the one channel. Why don't I have that channel on here? Where is it? So state police is
Northbound past the McCain.
okay. They are. Get you an update here in just a minute. I've got that PDASP channel. I just don't know where it's at. Let me put it on there. Okay. A lot of beeping. Sorry.
They're passing Keel.
Passing Keel.
10034.
Still northbound 67 passing Keel.
Truck 1's on 1.
034. 4034.
Truck 1's on 1.
034.
Sounds like a continued northbound passing 440.
Passing 440, continuing. Ah, that's such crap. Why are you not working? That's what I want right there.
Unable to make contact with any female or locate. Unable to make contact with any female or locate the address. I'll be 98 with information on board. Yes.
Continue, Main Street exit.
Still
130.
130 Main Street exit 67 going through the construction zone of Jacksonville. They're 130 miles an hour.
036.
Correct. Point percent traffic.
25 to 12, you want me to head descend towards that?
Dispatch, medic 21, medic 21, you can cancel Kerr County.
Do it. I can't work there refusing.
Cabot PD right here. What are they talking about? Wonder if they're going to set up.
2516. Yeah, no, 2516. Probably 3 transfer.
Copy.
Yeah, so 16 direct. 7. Plate on this vehicle is going to be Arkansas tag, X-ray to Oregon. 50 Union.
They got a tag on the car now.
I'm now taking the Air Force Base exit.
Air Force Base exit, Vandenberg exit. They just took it in Jacksonville.
11B. They're going to be 60 miles an hour. No traffic.
Repeat.
Hey, you have a call.
I'm at James.
Go ahead. We're going to be going southbound on the frontage road.
South on the frontage road.
No traffic.
We're going southbound on 67 now.
31, 236, go ahead.
Through Matt.
I'm here at the
On CG White Road. It's either 70.
Somebody set up at the 9 southbound. I think they're trying to double back and come back to Little Rock. They're trying to set up spike strips, I think. At the 9, that'd be going back down.
955 Forest Road, 1955 Forest Road. We're going southbound on 67 now.
Southbound on 67 now, as we thought.
413 units, they're coming back southbound on 67.
Okay, Sherwood setting up. They're talking about it.
I'm here at the 9 southbound.
Okay, 4 just about again.
79 today. That's the 11 southbound.
Engine 6 for vehicle 1 available.
039.
Adam 14, I'm at the 9 southbound.
Unit count is 21, 2,
Negative.
We're gonna have a scene with PD.
Copy. 25 up. But not calling.
It's a long pursuit.
Copy.
Coming up to James Street.
Coming up to James,
Southbound on past James Street.
going past
50 miles an hour.
James, southbound on 67.
Adam 14, that Little Rock unit. I'm here at the
Brandon, you back in the house.
9.
039.
79 Little Rock on secondary.
Truck 1's in quarters.
We come up.
Chancellor.
One, continuous,
Rescue 2 back in the house.
I'm about to stop.
039.
Coming to a stop.
10-3.
Truck 1's in quarters.
There you go ahead.
Chancellor. Zero 40.
Yeah, I know you guys are probably a little tense right now, but I just want to let you guys know there's a huge tree branch down in that first curve of Rodney Parham by the on-ramp at 630. I don't know if you want to let 67 know.
Stop here.
I'll give him a call.
Thank you.
Right in front of the hospital.
Okay, so wherever that North Metro Hospital is,
040.
they're just before Main Street, southbound on 67, where the old Whataburger was. That's where they've wrecked out. They're stopped. They've got They've got them in custody.
They have my custody.
We'll stop here, 10:15.
Adam 82 in route.
right in front of the hospital.
You know, we
It's 1098.
Okay, we're on. 1098.
All right. Well, we'll see it on this channel. Y'all already know. We'll feature that one. You heard it go out here. It'll be the one that went all the way to Jacksonville and back. Stop.
1098.
Nick, on 2924, car is one person off, 465 Robin Street. Nick, on 041.
42 back in.
Super.
Faulkner County's got an assault on where?
Nick, on 2924, car is one person off, 465 Robin Street.
400 block of Robin Street in Conway. Someone had an assault. They're calling the ambulance to come.
Agent 3, go ahead.
I'll take care of it. I'll be right to the PD with one female 15. Give you miles already.
We should be clear up there if you don't come. Drivers equivalent.
106, 773.
Our man says this is interesting, but I'm surprised the state police or any other law enforcement agency do not have the capability to encrypt their radio traffic. They do, in fact, have the ability to encrypt their radio traffic. And I would argue that many of the police departments in Arkansas actually actively do that now. You cannot listen to Little Rock police right now. They do it. They use the same system. State police just chooses not to.
Agent 6, we're back in the house.
4229, I'm putting refat.
043.
Record here.
Engine 5 on scene. Got nothing showing at this time. I do have an audible alarm going off.
Benton Fire Department's on scene
Yeah, investigating.
of a fire alarm.
Agent 6, we're back in the house.
43 after, post Bravo Ridge.
043.
Dispatch.
4 got on stage.
Paramedic 1.
Medic 1, transporting code blue unit. Showing him up 0.
Copy that. 249.
Well, the night's still young, folks. There will probably be another pursuit tonight. If I had to wager on it, I would say there would probably be another pursuit tonight.
Super.
I'm up here, get back, just go ahead.
115.
Oh, yes, guys.
Crazy Bear 53 says, I have a scanner.
He is at.
I have a scanner I had to put up when they started not letting us listen to them a few years back. So I had one as well. It was an analog scanner. And I remember when the city of Little Rock made the decision. See, there it goes with that light issue again. Hold on. I mean, I do have overhead light. I don't like it, but I have it. Hold on. This isn't the camera that I'm going to use to like do these lives anyway. This is another camera. Actually, if you want to know the camera that I'm going to use to do the live stream, look at that bad boy. Industrial strength. You can knock somebody out with it. You know why I went with that? Look, you see those holes? See, it's got those holes, right? Well, If you can put a screw in it, you can attach it to anything. And I'm a former hardware guy. I kind of know a thing or two about how to improvise and rig something up. So don't be surprised if I don't hardware engineer something to mount this into the car. Okay, so let's do some updates real quick because we're kind of at a stopping point. You like that haircut I haven't gotten since I got back from my trip? Yeah. You're really getting the Saturday night feels here at NST headquarters. So anyway, we will get this camera mounted soon. I just got it yesterday, so I hadn't had time. But I'm gonna mount it.
It's clear.
Get it mounted. Get it interfaced with the laptop. I know it works with the laptop, so that's half the challenge is making sure the equipment works. The other half is making sure it can stream to the internet, right? So we'll work on that. I don't know when I'm going to do the next live. It won't be this week. Maybe around Christmas time. Because I know a lot of y'all will be, maybe with your families, or maybe you'll just be bored or something, and you'll tune in, pass a little time with me. That's cool. We'll gladly have you. So that's my update. Is we'll probably do another live stream. I don't know. I'm going to get a little bit closer to Christmas time, and I'll get this camera mounted and field tested and ahead of time to make sure I can work out as many glitches as I can. I've also got some wireless mics that have been ordered. They have not arrived yet. So I'm anxious to get those in place and maybe improve the overall live streaming experience because, well, I'll tell you, I didn't really ever think I was going to do these live streams much, to be quite honest with you. I just was bringing you content, state police videos, Little Rock Police, the Pulaski County Sheriff. I was bringing you some of those videos. And really, just by happenstance, I started doing live streams. And apparently, enough of y'all liked what I was doing to recommend me to the RCast 2024 podcast festival. And I was in the runnings for the best male podcaster of the year. And I didn't even see that one coming. I was blindsided. So because of your, some of you locals that recommended me for that, and I didn't even know, thank you. And because of you and many others that have encouraged me, that's why we're upgrading the equipment, getting these cameras in place. And I'm excited that probably first of the year, 2025, we're going to have a little different format on this channel. We're still going to bring you plenty of videos. You'll have plenty of content to watch, but we're going to do interviews. I had mentioned this on my last live stream that we've got some folks lined up that want to do an interview with us. And again, I'm just happy to do it. I'm glad that y'all want to watch. So anyway, 2025 will be here. We can blink and it'll be 2025. We're that close. So we'll make that our best year yet. Well, let's see what's happening before I let y'all go. Let's see what's going on. I turned that down for a minute.
Yeah, it's all 112. It's all quiet out here. Nobody's outside.
It can be a little overwhelming when you're trying to talk and you hear all this radio traffic.
So far, there's one
56, go ahead.
Okay, we're backstage. 98 from Baptist, 1965.
Or 51.
451.
We're up. We'll make.
Said what?
Dispatch rate, do you want it to go back and serve any show available on fire dispatch one?
98 from Baptist, 1965.
451.
Have that, 051.
Bucket says, howdy, James. And I say, hello, Bucket.
He said, whoa, white trailer, this is the little one right here. This is the one that VFA were at last time. Told you, right?
Well, nothing major at the moment. That doesn't mean it won't change soon. Hold on. This doesn't. No, I didn't think that did it? No. Notorious Ash 274 says, what kind of people are you going to interview? Well, we have an elected official that's agreed to be on this channel. That's cool, right? Maybe. Maybe not. But anyway, I've got an elected official that's agreed to be on this channel or be interviewed here. And I also have a former, well, I won't say a former, I like to say retired because he retired, 30 plus year Little Rock Police Department officer that has retired about 10 years ago, has agreed to come on. And I think that conversation will be interesting because there are opinions about the leadership and how things have changed in Little Rock. Some say for the better, some say for the worse. Let me turn that down. And with the police department, and there's been a leadership change at the police department, and our elected officials here in Little Rock. And I believe that the retired officer wants to come on our channel and maybe talk about his opinions about some things and maybe kind of help shed light on some things about maybe where it went wrong or maybe where it's going right.
Your location.
And I don't think much is going right now. So.
Driver, 30 eastbound, left at the 123, that's 30 eastbound at the 123. 10 Chevy truck, 327, Zebra Frank David, that's 327.
We've been through the area twice, it's all quiet.
Unable to maintain lanes, last seen 30 eastbound at the 123.
A tan Chevy truck at Bryant at the 123 cannot maintain its lanes on I-30. They just put that up to state police.
Units, reckless driver.
No longer public service.
There's no collar with it. They didn't continue to follow it. But, I've sat in this room now that I got this set up, and it's fun to just sit here and listen to these calls go out, man. It just never stops.
It's gonna be January 22nd.
There's been all kinds of stuff going on. Sparkle Purple says, I would love to see you interview Trooper Bird. I would love to interview Trooper Bird. I would be totally open to that. I'm going to tell you what is going to happen. I'm not going to be able to interview Trooper Bird. And as a matter of fact, he's not going to there are other content creators, nameless content creators, that think they're going to interview Trooper Bird. The state police is never going to allow him to be interviewed by any of us. Maybe with your encouragement, maybe send the state police colonel a letter and tell them that you think that independent media is good and that it favors them when we can show, like the traffic series doesn't just show pursuits. We show traffic stops, motorist assist, and I try to show you what their job is really like. Or at least I try to get you as close to it as I can. Y'all don't even see all the stuff these troopers go through. Man, if you just see the police pursuits, you would think that's all they do. No. And I try to show you as much as I can, but I know that some of these videos that I put out aren't filled with action. And I know that some of y'all like that, but many of you want to see the pursuits. You want to see the action. And so if I put out another type of video, those videos tend to not get watched as much. But I've told you many times, I don't do this for money. I do this because I enjoy bringing it to you. So I'm going to continue to bring the regular traffic stops. I'm going to continue to bring you, these oddball kind of calls that these troopers get involved in sometimes. If I see them, I'll bring them to you just so you see what kind of job they do. I mean, I think it's important to show it all. And I say that because I'd love to on the record interview some troopers. And their agency will never let that happen. I haven't asked. Maybe I should, but it ain't gonna happen. They won't let me. Crazy Bear 53, have you ever heard of a ticket for parking in the middle of the interstate? I don't know if there's an actual state statute about parking in the middle of the interstate. I mean, I know you can't, but I know this. I mean, if you're parked in the middle of the interstate, you're impeding the flow of traffic, and that's a charge. B says, love the channel. We need Ouachita County videos. So that'd be Troop F, Ouachita County, Camden. Okay, noted. I got some Troop F coming. And Notorious Ash says, Little Rock seems to be a revolving door for a while now. It has, and it is. And, I can speak from personal experience. And I still have an office here. Okay. So I want to be clear that I still have roots here in Central Arkansas. I'll never not have roots here. I'm vested in Arkansas. I'm a lifelong Arkansan. But I moved away from Central Arkansas a year and a half ago to Northeast Arkansas. I maintain an office space here and I come down at least once or twice a week. I have dear friends and other family here. So, I come to Little Rock all the time still, but I moved away for a reason. And it has been kind of tough to see this city kind of slowly decline over the years, and the political pandering and bickering that goes on between all the city board of directors and the mayor, and they just, I don't even want to get political. It's just a lot of them have their heads are not in the right place. Their heads are just not in the right place. I'll say it that way. Because really I wanted to kind of say something a little more vulgar, and I'm not going to say that. But I bet you could probably figure out what I was going to say. Who I'd like to interview the mayor of Little Rock. Let's have him come on this channel. Let's talk about why it's so bad. He won't do it. Marietta says, my sticker sold with my truck. How do I get a new sticker, please? Well, Since you've already requested a sticker once, it won't let you request it again. So I'll tell you how you get around that. I'll text you right now. Marietta, email me at that email address and just give me your name and address where you want that sent, and I'll make sure you get it. Our man's from Northeast Arkansas, so am I. I'm from Lawrence County. But I'm all over Northeast Arkansas. I've been making it a point to travel all through there because I'm trying to learn it. So I've been enjoying getting to drive around up in that area and taking in the scenes. Oh, cool. Okay. So our man says he's in Poinsett County. And that again is an example of a county that I've been exploring and down near Harrisburg and cutting through to go to Wynn and the park there, Village Creek State Park. I was cutting through Poinsett County to get to it on the ridge, Crowley's Ridge. Oh. So you Northeast Arkansas folks will probably see me around town. I go to Jonesboro quite often. And Paragould. I go to Greene County a lot too. And Pocahontas. Sparkle Purple says, I love the pictures at the end of your videos of the beauty of Arkansas. Well, thank you for acknowledging that. I love to put them on there. And I especially love it when you viewers send me photos. And I know I say Arkansas photos only, but, you know, for you visitors that come to Arkansas, take some pictures while you're here and send them to me. I'll make sure they get featured. I totally love it when I receive viewer pictures. So if you've got a picture and you want to see it on the end of a video, let me have it. Send it to me, naturalstatetransparency@gmail.com. I'll make sure it's done. S. Walt says mosquitoes are quite large out of Northeast Riceland. Yes, sir, they are.
1010, 1042, 79, just check 10-7 as well.
They most definitely are, and maybe it was my own ignorance because I didn't live in Northeast Arkansas prior to moving up there. I just didn't know it was going to be as bad as it was. Didn't know it was going to be as bad as it was. But yeah, I mean, we had them in Little Rock, but we didn't have them like that. Sparkle Purple also says, I love the rap at the beginning. Sorry, but I really do. There's nothing to be sorry about. It's the folks that chime in and say they hate it. And, why don't I change it? And it's like, I mean, I'd be the first to tell you that I completely understand that theme song might not be for everybody. It's not. It's not. But without being sarcastic, it's kind of like this. I don't know which one of you viewers likes mustard or mayonnaise on your sandwich. Or maybe you just like barbecue sauce. I don't know. That's about the same level of reaction I have when people tell me they hate the music. I mean, I'm not trying to be smart about it, but what do you want me to do about it? Change it? For you? I did a survey once, right? Because I wanted to know how bad. Like, I did a survey. And I asked, it was like 6 or 8 months ago, because I was considering changing the song. Like I'd kind of been thinking maybe I'd played it too long. And I did a survey. I was like, are we going to change this or what? 80, I'd say 75 to 80% in that. And there was probably 400 respondents to that survey. And it was like 75 to 80%, overwhelming majority was like, leave it alone, don't touch it, never change it, don't touch it. I was like, well, you win. I didn't want to change it. I didn't want to change it because for the folks that don't know, that is a dear friend of mine who passed away last year, Jasper. That was a real Arkansan who sang that song, and that was in 2013. And I remember when he was really big into his music phase there, he had some issues. He had some life issues. If you listen to that rap and you listen to it closely, he tells you a story. You have to listen. You have to listen. He tells you a story. And I think that's why I won't change it, because it's reality. It was his reality. And, if we're featuring law enforcement related videos, it's not going to be kind and gentle and friendly and one size fits all for all age groups and ethnicities and whether you're a man or a woman or whatever. Stop. He was singing about reality. That was his reality. One of the things he says, I know it was offensive about the, what's he say about Jasper's here with his awesome dope. Let me tell you, it's all a hoax. He followed it up in the next sentence. So he talks about dope, and then he tells you it was a hoax. Some people just like to complain. And hey, for the ones that have an opinion about it, great. But again, I'm not going to tell you to put mustard on your sandwich if you're a mayonnaise person. So you telling me to change it because you can't stand it when so many others love it, you can just fast forward or hit mute, or I hate to be ugly, but go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. But anyway, I don't want to get off on a long tangent about that, because I could talk about that for an hour, and why. So.
Looks like I might have just patched up the PDSP.
Uh-oh, we have something else going on right now. Hang on just a minute.
And 12, I heard the westbound cancel past the capital.
One outside.
Who and what? Wait a minute. I think Little Rock's in pursuit again.
Yeah, I'm 32 in the road.
Just a minute.
I go to him.
I'm going back here to click on that. Go back.
One.
And 12, I heard the westbound cancel past the capital.
One outside.
Cantrell and Kavanaugh, which is up in the Heights. It sounds like Little Rock's in pursuit, but I haven't heard another transmission. Let's see if they're. See if I can get you more on that.
They're taking 430 northbound.
430 northbound. So they are in pursuit.
I guess Little Rock's in another pursuit. They just got on 430 northbound from Pleasant Valley.
That's the sheriff's department broadcast. I'm going to play that again. That's hilarious.
I guess Little Rock's in another pursuit.
They're in another pursuit.
430 northbound from Pleasant Valley. 8 mile an hour speeds.
Thanks for what you covered.
Oh, that's funny. So Little Rock's in another pursuit.
Be about our phone lines down.
Big on 263 back in service.
Okay, we're waiting for
So next Thursday.
we're waiting for them to talk, but I haven't heard them say anything yet. Oh, I know why. I got to go to here. That's why. I'm in the wrong spot. I'll get you some more information here in just a minute on where they're at. Hey, if y'all are on iDrive Arkansas, you can check out all the traffic cameras in the state on iDriveArkansas.com. Several of y'all I saw in the comments had mentioned that. And so
We'll carry it up. When you're on my number, first one's gonna be in.
I have iDrive going right here in the background.
Go ahead.
That's important. And so we can 40.
There they go right there.
One of these things, I'll check out the gate. It's gonna be 170945516. Go ahead.
Okay, so they're at the
100 Tacoma Sea Trail and surrounding.
10-4, I'm gonna return to a top.
quit.
10-4.
Last I saw them, they were on 430 there at the split, 40 and 430, but I don't know where they went. They're not on the traffic camera. I wonder if they took the White Oak exit. Yeah, I wonder if they're not talking. The problem is I'm not hearing anything. Hang on, well, I said that. Wait just a minute. Here we go. Okay, well, what did you copy?
10-4, let's go return to a white 2024 Toyota to a lane of stock. 10-4, let's go return to a. Yep. 10-4,
He said Adam Forum 10-8. I copied that. Hang on.
10-4, it shows to be 8-4. Well, your car might be a little bit more faster than that. You want to
Say that again.
10-4.
Quit.
Well, your car might be a little bit more faster than that. You want to 10-4.
They're talking about getting somebody to jump ahead. Your car is a little faster than mine. It's Little Rock. Little Rock's still in pursuit. They said 430 south of the 12. Hey, if y'all are following along on iDrive Arkansas in the central Arkansas area, if any of y'all have that pulled up, find Interstate 430 there at the Arkansas River and start watching those cameras. bring this a little closer.
I'm sorry, you're getting thrown out by the other radio. If you're talking about that pursuit, the last we got was, he was 430 southbound and crossed over the river doing about 135.
One,
Yeah, 10-4. Can you see if you can find it on the cameras? 12.
there's
Yeah,
police right there. State police, they're said that pursuit went back into Little Rock. It's on 430 southbound. They're going 135 miles an hour. And they're asking, they're asking state police to try to find it on the cameras, just like I'm doing. Let's hold that channel. I wish they'd give us an update. We're sitting here like, what's the update? There it goes. There it goes. They've got it zoomed in. Here it goes. They're zooming in on it. Here it comes. 430 southbound, West Little Rock, coming up on Markham Street. We're watching it live. Look at the traffic camera at the Big Rock interchange at 430 and 630 in West Little Rock. There they go. That thing is focused. Why are you out of focus? I'll get it all figured out. We're continuing south. Okay, so right now they're coming up on Colonel Glenn. 430 south. They just passed Shackelford here.
14 to 12. You still have it?
Yeah, here they come.
12 Little Rock. I don't see him. I'm in Colonel Glenn. I don't know if he took 630 or not. Is North Little Rock with you? They're still calling out speeds and direction.
No, North Little Rock was in pursuit.
Yeah, they're right behind me.
Yeah, I think they're just calling where your guys are going. I don't think they see him. When I saw you on the camera,
They go right here.
got past 630. I didn't see any other vehicle head down that way. That would have matched a running Mustang.
Yeah, Little Rock said they had a unit at Shackelford on 430, and he never passed them, so he had to have taken Shackelford, Markham, or went 630.
come some more units.
I think he might have actually taken Rodney Parham.
Ah, he took Rodney Parham. Why? He's gone. That's a wrap. Psst. Gone. Phew. Oh, well. Okay, folks. Well, I'm tired. And as fun as this has been, and it has, and thank you for tuning in for my little informal trying to see if this camera works, setup works, all that good jazz. And we're glad you tuned in. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned that there's a lot of pursuits on Saturday night in Little Rock. And then we're going to feature them Friday. So what you watched here will be featured as a traffic series video. Anyway, good folks, I guess this will be it. I'm going to get some rest. Y'all have a good rest of your night, and we'll do a live stream real soon. I know I talked one little update. I don't know if the person that asked me about this is in the chat tonight. Probably not, but just for anybody with concerned folks about the merch, the NST merch, I'm working on that this next week. This week was Black Friday and getting the equipment in from, I just got off vacation and then we got the equipment ordered. Now it's here. I got it set up. I'll work on merch next week. I'm late with it. Some of y'all have asked me about the sweatshirt. So we actually have some hoodies. They're really nice. They're not zip ups, but they're just the hoodies with the Trooper Bird car on there. And this is the old school hat. This is one of the two hats we have right here. The other one's a snapback. But anyway, I'll work on it. So we'll make an announcement about that like next week when those items are for sale again, and I will gladly ship you one if you would like one. And we'll probably do a giveaway on a hat or something on the next live. So anyway, hey, so glad you tuned in. Happy Saturday night. Enjoy your weekend. Let peace be with you. And we'll see you next time on NST. And I'm out. If I can figure out how to turn this off.